use of alcohol and other drugs. Visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA Tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task, that's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass, it was tipped, it's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5, he'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are live. Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th No. If you have time in the next 2 hours, or if you're looking for a place to watch your ball games tonight, come on through. Hang out. We will be here. The ticket will be here for the next 2 hours, giving away goodies, saying hi, slapping fives, pressing palms, and I was going to say kissing their wives, but we won't do that because we're nice gentlemen. We're kind like that.
Definitely will not do that.
We definitely are not going to do that. Coach Wilhite says that we will not be doing that.
No way.
The coach, Kenny Wilhite, joins us. Coach, first of all, thank you for doing this, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me out, man. It's a good turnout.
It's a great turnout. It's been a great day. Got here at 10 o'clock and watched folks stroll in. There was a line at the door when we got here, and it has been constantly busy, consistently busy, and I'm rather loving the fact that these folks have stayed and hung out. 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Heyman text line and the Honda Lincoln hotline. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, reach out, hit us with a what's up, or come on in the door. Walk on into Buffalo Wings and Rings, hit us with a fist pump, say what's up, let us know that you're listening and that you care about what's going on here. Greatly appreciate it. It's been a busy day. Sartor Heyman live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live, so you can follow and see what's going on as well. And then we want to thank the folks from the Mercado who make this happen each and every day for sponsoring Old School and making sure that you guys get the content and the talent that you guys need. Coach Kenny Wilhite, what is the story of the day for you so far?
Furman knocking off UVA. That's why it's called March Madness.
I love the fact that CBS has adopted March Sadness. Hashtag March Sadness.
Wow.
To go with March Madness. Like, I love the fact that they've created that. There's several other things you could do with it, right?
Yeah.
But March Badness, March Gladness
March
if you're
Gladness,
Furman.
yeah.
March Gladness if you're Furman.
No, you're glad to be in it, but the madness that ensues and then the upsets. And
here's the question, Coach. If you're the young man from the University of Virginia who made the play that sent all of Charlottesville into shots and more shots, what do you say to him? What do you say to him after he makes that play and it ends your season?
Well, you put your arms around him.
Yeah.
Because he's still your teammate. He's still your brother. You went blood, sweat throughout the whole season with that young man. Again, as a teammate, you put your arms around him. You tell him, hey, we got you. Lean on me. That's the only thing you can do for him right now. Because everybody outside that locker room, they're going to give it to him, whether it be
on social media.
Once he gets off that plane.
He's a meme now.
Yes, walking to class. But as a teammate and as a coaching staff, you put your arms around that young man. And you just make sure that young man's well-being is first and foremost.
We used to work from this, and I was tutored and mentored by some pretty good coaches. And a lot of those coaches would say, when chaos happens, slow down, and chaos ceases to exist.
Take a deep breath.
Right? When chaos happens, slow down, and chaos ceases to exist. That in most cases, in an athletic situation, especially at a high level, if you begin to panic and you do absolutely nothing, it's better than you acting out of chaos.
Yes. Yes.
This player, if he does absolutely nothing, Now, I don't even know which way the possession arrow would go.
I didn't know that
right?
either.
Because that's an option. If the possession arrow is UVA, you allow the clock to run until you're tied up, and then you reset with a new formation. There's also a timeout. If you do nothing except for yell the words timeout, you get to reset and the chaos goes away. Mm-hmm. The only thing that player shouldn't do in that case is to panic and throw the ball. Not only throw it, but over his head towards the opposing team's basket. If he throws it out of bounds to the 13th row, he did an amazing thing.
Yeah.
If he threw it to the best-looking cheerleader on the baseline, he did the right thing. If he threw it to Furman's coach,
he did the right thing.
If he simply turned and handed it to the official, Mr. Official, I don't know what to do with this basketball. Here, you gave it to me, and now I'm giving it back.
But, I mean, I wouldn't say this is kind of relatable, but I mean, we're playing against a team when I'm playing in Nebraska, and we should beat that team. It's my senior year, and I tweaked my hamstring that Monday. I wasn't going to miss a game that year, so I played in that game, and I gave up a touchdown to a team that I shouldn't have given up a touchdown to.
Right.
Dude, I didn't talk to nobody. I got in the locker room, showered, and I walked home.
Right.
I was living on 16th and South Street. Walked home. One of my teammates saw me walking and said, "Hey, you need a ride." I said, I don't deserve a ride.
No, I need to walk.
I don't deserve a ride.
I need to walk.
That was my mentality. And again, I felt so that I let my team down. I didn't deserve a ride. So, again, that's not the same situation as that young man, but I'm sure that young man is feeling some kind of way, and he deserved to have somebody put his arms around him.
I got this from Joe Gibbs, legendary coach Joe Gibbs, who said in a post-game after a loss to – this was in the good Redskin team era. And he said, we lost to a team, as you said, we lost to a team that they shouldn't have lost to. And he said that it's most important. In the press conference, he said, this is all on me. I love this team. All I can – because they asked him, what do you have to say to and about your team? And he says, I love them. I'm proud of them. I will go to battle with them, because he said, here's the thing. When they're doing well, everybody loves them. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves them. It's an easy thing to do. But when they don't perform well, it's my job to love them harder when they've performed poorly than when they perform well.
Yep.
Like he said, it's literally why I do what I do, so that I can't beat them up when they need me most. And that should be the message, right?
That's. I mean, I played for legendary Charlie McBride, and you know, a lot of people know him, a lot of people don't know him, but that guy will let you have it to the utmost. But 2 minutes later, he's going to put his arms around me. Even when I gave up that touchdown, he did the exact same thing. Let it go, move on. Let's go to the next play.
Do you remember? This is an elite athlete sort of thing, but don't you remember every touchdown you ever gave up?
Yes.
You know who they were.
Yes.
You know what routes they beat you on.
Yes.
You know what game it was. Like you know.
You know. Everybody likes to brag on their
accomplishments,
the
wins.
I always look back on that touchdown. We're playing against Washington up in Seattle, University of Washington. Mm-hmm. You know, I got beat for a touchdown. Nowadays, if that play would have took place now, it was incomplete pass because the guy dropped the ball, went right through his arms. Yeah. But they called it a touchdown at the time. So, but that play against it was Middle Tennessee.
Yeah,
we're playing Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
Money game, you know, stats game. and I gave up a touchdown. So, but those two plays are the most plays that I really think about because your good plays are going to be good plays regardless.
Because you're prepared for them.
Because you're prepared for them. It's the bad plays that I think about all the time.
Not a surprise, right?
Yes.
Right? It's the thing that haunts you. And it's funny that you say that because that is really how top-level people work, is that they learn from their mistakes and they focus on it because it's not what you do well. It's what you don't do well that haunts you.
Yes.
And that's deep stuff. We're here with Coach Kenny Wilhite, of course, throughout this thing. We're live here at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and 0. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. We're giving away prizes. Couple of things in play. If you came in and got ping pong balls earlier today, the way that the prize, we collected gift cards from several of our friends and family, so our show sponsors. So folks like Canopy Street Market, Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, Lincoln's Pub, we've got those. You get ticket T-shirts. We're calling it a ticket gift bag, where if your team is the final, if your team makes it to the Final Four. So we will be giving out these to the folks who make the Final Four, and then the team, the person who wins it. And by the time we get to it, we'll probably have another autographed jersey or something that we can do, maybe some autographed shoes or something, where from everybody from the ticket that we will give out to the person that wins it. If you came in today, the same thing applies. So, and can I applaud you listeners and the folks in the room? Job well done. Because the line at the door at 9:35 was pretty impressive. And then it kept growing. Even in bad weather, it kept growing. And then we posted a video. Mark took a video. Strick, thank you, brother.
See you, brother.
Be safe. Yep. Be safe in that. Yeah, get home. Hey, Strick, I'm going to hit you with that one. Text me when you get home. Let me know you got home okay. Stricky made that drive. He wasn't real comfortable. I'm like, listen, man, this is your show. Basketball, it's March Madness.
This is his show.
This is you, bro.
This is expertise.
Right, this is you. So, but for the folks who showed up and the folks who have stayed all day, you're appreciated. We're going to give away some additional goodies. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do, I want to see who's paying attention. Right? So for the next 5 people who simply come up and offer a fist bump, I'm going to give them ticket T-shirts.
Did you hear what he said? The next 5 people that offer a fist bump.
There's one. Raph's got you. Go see Raph.
They get a
right
free
there.
T-shirt.
Go see Raph over there.
The next 5 people
there you go.
that come up and give a fist bump gets a T-shirt.
Yeah, and if we don't have it here, we'll come to the station. We'll get it to you. Yeah, my thing is this. And then if you come in, if you're on the road, you're not here. There it is, player. There he is. Attaboy. Attaboy.
The next 5 people. That's 3.
Right? Just
we
to
need
pay
2 more.
attention, right?
2 more.
Right. Hey, Bubba. Bubba's on the text line. Bubba's throwing fist bumps on the text line. Bubba, I'm going to hook you up. Go by the station. Get yourself a ticket T-shirt.
Bubba.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that all the way, right? I appreciate that. From the text line, Coach just described the difference between likes to win and hates to lose. Mark and Holland. What's your description? Do you love to win more than you hate to lose? Which one applies?
I hate to lose because it drives you.
But it's necessary.
It's necessary because if you love to win, right? Once you win, you get comfortable. The drive to get even better, you lose it sometimes. That's
the one. John Thompson used to talk about that, and he said, well, I'll paraphrase. He was telling his team, and this is one of the really good Georgetown teams, and he's telling them, once you've dated the best-looking woman in the room, you need to date the best-looking woman in the room, and you work accordingly. He goes, the guy that I want on my team is the guy that has such a taste for winning that he refuses to eat anything else. He refuses. Now, the guy that hates to lose works from a different place. But the guy that loves to win, that just has to win. That dude is the guy who fights at the edge of a cliff like there is no mattress at the bottom of it. losing is an option. Winning is the only thing.
Yep.
It's always important to understand that. We'll go through what's happened today and then some of what happens, right? Okay, so here are the scores so far. Of course, the lead story today is that 13th ranked Furman knocks off number 4 ranked Virginia 68-67. It was a colossal error at the end of the game. Huge lesson learned. But Virginia, once again, by most things, it means that Virginia wins the title next year because after they fail in the first round, they turn around and do something good. Alabama, number 1 Alabama is leading Texas A&M Corpus Christi 70-48. Maryland with a big one. This is a big come-from-behind win, and it took some real onions at the end of this thing for Maryland to hold on and get a win 67-65. Currently, San Diego State at number 5 is playing against number 12 Charleston. They lead by 5 at the 13-minute mark. Alabama as a number 2, leading number 15 Princeton by 9 currently. Number 9 Arkansas leading by 5 over number 8, number 9.
You said that wrong. Alabama's over Texas A&M.
Corpus Christi. Yeah.
Arizona and Princeton is 31-30.
Arizona and Princeton 31-30 at half. Arkansas leads Illinois 36-26 heading down. That looks like they're about to go to half as well.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to pick the game of the night, the rest of the night. So here on 93.7 The Ticket, and once we're done with Old School, we're going to pass it over to Westwood One Radio, and they're going to give you the live call for games the rest of the evening. The first game up is number 8 Iowa versus number 9 Auburn. Iowa comes into this thing with 19 wins. Auburn with 20. Who do you like?
I mean, I got to go with Auburn.
Athletic ability, all that in place.
Got to go with Auburn.
6 o'clock tip, number 5 Duke, number 12 Oral Roberts.
They were trying to tell me yesterday that Oral Roberts would get Duke, but I'm going with Duke.
Look, it's the conversation that we're having, right?
Yeah.
Number 2 Texas versus number 15 Colgate.
Texas. I got Texas in
Let me save
game.
you with a little bit of what happens. I look at number of wins, period.
Mm-hmm.
Number of wins. Forget about ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about who you played against. Did you figure out a way to win the game or not? Like, people make it complicated. Here's the thing. Oral Roberts won 30 games.
That's a lot.
Duke won 26. That's 2 really good teams.
Yes.
But one figured out how to win 30 out of 34. Number 15, Colgate, 26 wins. Number 2, Texas, how many wins? 26. Dead even. Number 10, Boise, 24 wins. Number 7, Northwestern, 21 wins.
So you telling me you got Boise over Northwestern?
I'm telling you to pay attention.
I'm listening.
I'm telling you to pay attention. Number 16, Northern Kentucky against number 1, Houston. 31 wins for Houston.
Ain't got a chance.
Right, yeah. That's where you match it up.
Yeah.
Number 13, Louisiana, 26 wins. Number 4, Tennessee, 23 wins. When you figure out how to win the game, you can get lost in the analytics and the metrics, but the reality is a winner versus a guy that wins less. Penn State at number 10, 22 wins. Number 7, Texas A&M, 25 wins. Okay, follow the track. Number 15, UNC Asheville, 27 wins. Number 2, UCLA, 29 wins. Hang on for the Bruins in that space. Kansas went on ahead. They look, 96.
Didn't have a chance.
96-68, 22 wins versus 27 wins. It played out. Utah State in a brawl and a battle. Missouri shakes the tree. 25 wins versus 26 wins, and they get a win. Just pay attention to it. What of the games that we're talking about? UCLA, UNC Asheville, Penn State, Texas A&M, Louisiana, Tennessee, Boise, Northwestern, Colgate, Texas, Oral Roberts, Duke, Auburn, Iowa. What's your game of the night? What's the one that you're going to, it's going to get a little bit more attention?
Texas A&M, Penn State.
Yep, I think in that one.
Penn State's playing really good basketball.
Oh, man, they played well going down the stretch.
They played well. They're playing really good basketball. Lost in the Big Ten championship game, but I got to go with Penn State, but it's going to be a good game.
A&M with their length.
Yes.
A&M length is the thing. And that's what, when you look at the teams that are playing well today, there are teams who play with a bit dog in them, and they play with length. Length transfers over because it shows up on the offensive end and the defensive end and gets you cheap buckets. Getting in passing lane gets you cheap buckets, and that's the difference in March Madness. That's how it works. We'll throw it to break. Live from Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll be here till 6 o'clock. Come on through. If when you come in the door, ask for Jake Sorensen. He gets you a raffle ticket so that you're a part of the contest and all the things that are going on. We've got a raffle box. We're giving away a Belgium bike. Take two, right? New Belgium. We're giving this bike away.
That's a sweet ride.
Right?
Man.
So have your young man put in a couple of aliases.
That's a sweet
all
ride.
with the same phone number. Right?
That's a sweet ride, bro.
Yeah, you get them all in. And then, again, it's a great crowd. The bar is busy and active. They've done it. Shout out to the folks here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. The staff here today has been exceptional. They're working their tails off, from the hostess stand to the food runners to the servers and the bartenders. They've done an exceptional job in a tough day. Proud of them. Kudos to the folks at Buffalo Wings and Rings. They have done an exceptional job. More old school Buffalo Wings and Rings, March Madness style, when we come back to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA Tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beers, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Max 10 for men. Bye-bye golfer lines and t-shirt 10s. Take it to the max at Max 10. Get a 30-day pass, just $25 with stand-ups and laydowns for men of stature. Be a Max 10 man. Get 30 days for just $25 now at all 4 Lincoln Max 10 locations.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, and they've built neighborhoods in and around Lincoln for over 25 years.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done before school starts. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. and can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA Tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
As it says in the music, I wish I was a baller. I wish I was a little bit taller.
Me too. Me and
Kenny live from that. We can tell you, again, we're live from Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll be out here until 6 o'clock, 68th and O Streets, if you want to come through. The business is good. The bar is busy, good energy in the bar, and I appreciate you folks on the text line for doing what you're doing and being a part of us and hanging out with us all day. Now, we would prefer that you come down. If you can't make it by 6 o'clock, come down later and watch the games and get some real good food and have a beverage. Or you can meet us here tomorrow. We're going to be back here tomorrow from 10 to 6. We'll be here, more prizes, more raffles, pretty good stuff and pretty good energy. Lots of folks, the shots have begun. Yeah,
Lord,
buddy.
mercy.
Yeah, buddy.
Shots,
Yeah.
pictures. They ain't playing.
Yeah, the pictures are, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are trouble.
Yes.
Those are trouble. So once again, what we did was we offered T-shirts to the first 5 people that came up and gave us a fist bump. Right? We even gave away some to the text line.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you have not, if you don't have your raffle tickets, if you have not put your name in the box for the new Belgian bike, you have time to do so. You should probably do so. Kenny, you said that Penn State and Texas A&M was a pretty good ball game. And then tomorrow we'll roll into – but here's the thing that I noticed, that the women's tournament started today.
I didn't even know that.
Why would you do that?
To compete with the men? I don't.
Why would you do that?
I don't. I have no idea.
Like, I think that, to me, if the women wanted all the attention they deserve, if you move it to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you get a full run.
When was the?
Or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday,
you go on the back end of the men's, and then you'll be fine.
Right? Like, it would seem like if you're really honoring this thing, and I don't know if it's this year or next year where they officially get to finally use March Madness in the women's game, because they didn't always identify their tournament as March Madness. That's just a weird thing to me.
Very weird.
It's just a weird thing.
They are deserving of their own platform. They've earned it. It's really good basketball. So Why they decided to do it the same days as men's, I don't know.
There's no reason. There literally is no reason. Because in a day like this, you have to find a place like this to go that has multiple source options to carry all of the games. And now you're talking about carrying, instead of 4 games at a time, you got to figure out how to carry 6 or 8 games at a time. And that's just a little bit much. Even for the diehard, that's a lot. That's a lot. All right, Kenny. So the stories that have affected the day outside of March Madness. Now, I'll ask you, you're familiar enough with what happens with college athletes between the time their season ends, whenever that is, whether it be December, early December, late November, early December, or January, early January. And for those who are going professional, what they do with themselves between end of season and combine time, that's huge.
Very.
So walk us through. What happens, let's say Garrett Nelson, right? That Garrett decides, makes the decision that he wants to go pro. What does he need to do between end of season and pro day?
For a guy like Garrett, just use him as an example, you try to, let's say Garrett and Travis. Travis had a combine invite. He got invited to a couple of bowl games. So first and foremost, he had to get ready for those bowl games. Then right after those bowl games, those all-star games, I wouldn't say bowl games, but all-star games.
Yeah.
There are bowl games, but I'm sure he got with a personal trainer. He got on a serious nutrition regime, a serious lifting. But the thing for him was he needed to make sure he was 100% healthy with the injuries that he sustained.
And nobody gets through a college season
Nobody gets
injury-free.
Injury-free. But his biggest thing was to work on his speed. So let's go back to Garrett Nelson, who did not get a combine invite or a bowl game, a big-time bowl game invite. The preparation started once he announced that he was coming out. First and foremost, he probably had to hire an agent, who in turn found him a speed and conditioning coach, whether it was here in Nebraska or wherever they train at. He had to uproot if it was outside of Nebraska. They found him a place to stay, and it was training 24/7. Not only training with speed, conditioning, and strength, but eating habits. You know, they have a chef that prepared the meals for him. So he had to learn how to eat right. I mean, we have nutrition, really good nutrition in Nebraska, but it's a totally different nutrition to get ready for a pro day in the combine.
Let me play devil's advocate here because I'm really good at it. That if that's the mentality of an elite college athlete who's attempting to go pro, if you know that you can take it to another level and you know that you can do those things, wouldn't it behoove them to do all of this stuff as college athletes? If you have all the resources and you have access to training and you have access to the top nutrition and you have access to weight and training programs and better film study and better community around you, why not do that before you determine you're going to go pro? Because if you do that while you're at Nebraska, you don't have to worry about bowl games and invitations. You don't have to worry about having early seasons because you're already elevated yourself. You've already made that money. The investment happens. The people who get drafted on day one and get them bonuses, that work is already, they're getting paid for doing the work that college seniors don't do until it's too late.
Looking back on it, I mean, just my 9 years here at Nebraska, a lot of the guys, when they declared or when their eligibility was up, if they went away and trained, just to see their bodies change, and you say, son, if you could have did that while you were here, you know, so, but again,
you're in the $1 million club.
A lot of the guys, the first rounders, they're different. they're different. They have that extra dust that the man upstairs will sprinkle on them. You know, his natural ability, strength, conditioning, and all that. They already have it. They maintain it, right? The guys that are fighting for the second, third, fourth round, fifth round, free agent guys, you know, those are the guys. I mean, even myself, I was a guy that didn't like to go in the weight room because I thought my speed and quickness and my vertical would get me where I needed to go. Looking back on it, you don't say, I wish I shoulda, woulda, coulda, because now you know. So you try to educate the up-and-coming guys.
Will they listen?
Some of them will, some of them won't.
Which is another indicator for whether you're going to be a lottery pick or not.
Yes.
Your ability to be coached is I mean, it's palpable. Like we understand. I know this is why I think there should be more Huskers who have gone through the process around the program. A coach who hasn't gone through it is not going to be listened to at the same level and degree as a coach who's already been through the process and can tell you.
And it goes back to what I said about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Are you willing to make the sacrifices? Are you willing to, when your boys are going out drinking, you know, smoking, are you willing to stay and do extra? Whether it be in the weight room, whether it be working on something that you're weak in. Are you willing to do that? Those are the guys that rise to the top. And I think, like I said, in 9 years, some of the guys would stay and train with the strength coaches that was on staff.
Yeah.
Some of them would go train with their personal trainers that was hired by their agent or lawyer or the representative. A lot of the guys that went away and trained didn't test well. The guys that stayed within our strength coaches, they tested a little bit better. Now, there was a couple of exceptions, but I know one guy for sure, and I'd be hard-pressed to say there was 2 or 3 more, but I know one guy for sure made sacrifices on and off the field, and he knew exactly what he was a smaller guy. You know those small guys, they always say they can't make it, but he was a smaller guy, and right now he's still playing in the NFL. So
figured it out.
Because the way he takes care of his body, the sacrifices he makes, he ain't sipping on Coors Light,
right,
Blue Moons,
right,
taking shots in the bar.
Right.
He's maintaining his body. And I see him post stuff now online, and he's still doing it. Yoga, all kind of stuff, and his body still looks the same.
How is it possible that intelligent student athletes getting the message? Are we not putting enough voice into it, or do we need different voices into it? How do we get this message to the Huskers who are now going to be a part of the system, who aspire to do the pro athlete thing?
Well, you instilling in them early on. I mean, in high school, when you get to college, there's going to be guys just as good as you are.
Everybody is.
Everybody is. So what are you going to do to separate yourself from that pack? Again, are you going to do extra? Are you going to be one that's sitting at home playing Call of Duty, playing on your phone, figuring out the next TikTok you're gonna make?
Which is the thing now.
Man,
it's absolutely a thing.
Man, I found myself, what's this, Thursday?
Yeah.
Tuesday night, and bless his heart, Damon Benning.
Yeah.
He sends me these TikToks, and I'm like, what the people are crazy.
It's too much.
I mean, again, somebody said it yesterday. Your guy said it yesterday.
Yeah.
If cell phones were out when we were,
I wouldn't be sitting here.
I would not either.
Let
me rephrase that. I would, but some of the stuff that was going on and that you can do on these things now, it's crazy. So I wasn't one that drink. I didn't drink. I was a DH. I was a designated driver.
Yeah.
So, but I had to make sure my boys was good.
I went through my phase as an athlete, going to college in Richmond, where it's big city life, right? There's lots going on. And there's the college campus, but then there's a big city around it, and then there's lots of distractions in the space. And then going home and leaving Richmond and going back to D.C., you had a lot in place. So there are a lot of lessons learned. Thank goodness I got to learn them in private and without a cell phone and without social media, because there's some folks that could tell on me right now.
Yeah.
Right now. But that's the forgiving part, and that's a good place to put a pin, because Georgia's got a guy that's putting himself in difficult situations at the biggest moment of his life. Reports of being overweight, reports of some off-the-field stuff. We'll talk about that when we come back, because this is a matter of the leadership around him having to rally for this young man. We're going to find out a lot about Georgia football in the next couple of weeks.
I want to touch on that too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Again, we're live down here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll be down here till 6 o'clock, but the place will be open all night. Come down, watch your ball games, get some good food, have some good drinks. I am with the coach, Kenny Wilhite. This is 93.7 The Ticket, old school.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA Tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Forget the lame excuses this year. Your boss already knows why you can't make it to work. Join 93.7 The Ticket on Thursday and Friday, March 16th and 17th at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O for March Mayhem. Come early on Thursday to get a ping pong ball with a lucky team on it. And stay all day for prizes throughout and buzzer beater upsets. And Friday, yeah, enjoy green beers for St. Patrick's Day and Day 2 of the NCAA Tournament at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O. 93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Rain eventually changing over and mixing with snow by late in the morning into this afternoon, as temps will eventually fall into the mid-30s. North winds could gust over 40 at times. Overnight, partly cloudy with a low of around 23. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, still breezy with a high of 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J.
We are live. Buffalo Wings and Rings. It's been quite the Thursday so far. Great crowd. It's good to have the 93.7 Ticket family come down, show up. It's a pleasure to meet most of you again, to meet the ones we hadn't met before, to hang out and watch. This crew has hung out most of the day. There's a really a cluster of folks who've been out here since 10 o'clock. Living their best life that on a weekday.
Living their best
life. And then tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, so I know they're going to be out.
They're going to be faded tomorrow.
I know they're going to come post up and be down here for a minute. But lots going on. Again, 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line, the Honda Lincoln hotline if you want to be part of what we're doing. You can hit us with a what's up on the text line, and we'll certainly respond and answer. Greatly appreciate it. Kenny, we were talking about what happens in the preparation, that time in between when your season is over and when you get into combines and being evaluated and such. And, yeah, some of it gets missed and some of it gets lost because of the things that you're asking to correct, things that could have been corrected all along. But then some of the personality and the hidden flaws show up in that time away from the game, out of the constructive boundary time in season where all of your time's accounted for. Then you go into the offseason where you got a little bit more time and you can make decisions yourself. Well, young Mr. Carter down in Georgia is putting himself in some interesting conversations. And then that forces the program to have to answer questions. What do you say about Jalen Carter in Georgia?
I don't think that forces the program. He's done. So that's on that young man.
When is he done? Is he done the moment the season's over and he leaves the campus? Or is he done when he finally decides to pack up his stuff and go to work?
When he decides to pack up his stuff and go to work, that's everything he does from that point on is on him. The decisions he makes are on him.
How connected are the university programs to those young people in that time? Again, it's what I said earlier. When things get difficult for them is when you're supposed to love them more.
Yes.
So when you know that a young man is going out and extending his stride and extending his reach, that you probably stay connected even more.
Yes.
Because you provided some of the boundary that's in play doesn't exist anymore. And if you legitimately care about the young man, you've got to be there to say, hey, excuse me, work. Hey, excuse me, your name. Excuse me, do right.
The boundaries that exist for that young man, once he decides that he wants to take the next step and go to the NFL, if he's no longer working out within your university, within your weight room, within your nutrition and your academics, then the decisions he makes outside of that, it's on him. Now, if he reaches out for help, now you don't turn your back on him. He's still a Georgia Bulldog.
His pro work day is being held where?
His pro day should be held at the University of
Georgia.
So, if
what happens the day that he's through the entire process between now and draft day? Matter of fact, not only just draft day, but all the way through until he signs his contract. He is from where?
He's from the University of Georgia.
He's from the university.
And you say that, but all of the structure that he had within the program is no longer there. Now it's up to him and his team, his representation, his nutrition coach, his speed and conditioning coach, to make sure they put him in a situation where he does not put himself in jeopardy, right? So they're educating him. But like you said, he's still a Georgia Bulldog. So if he reaches out to the University of Georgia, or if Georgia sees that he's having issues, somebody within that program takes it upon himself to reach out to that kid, say, hey, if you need us, we're here for you. Now, they're not going to turn their back on him. If they do, that's just dead wrong. Now, I don't think they will, knowing Kirby Smart and his staff. But he's still a Georgia Bulldog until he signs that contract. And once he signs that contract, he's still a Georgia Bulldog.
And even then, when the TV lights are on, what are they going to ask him? Where are you from?
Georgia, University of Georgia.
Like to me, if you love him to benefit off him, you better love him when it gets difficult. Like that to me is the difference between an elite program and a money factory. And look, I'm not mad at you for being a money factory, but the difference would be if you're legitimate to who you say you are when you went to that kid's house to recruit him, then you got to be legitimate to that, not only when it benefits you, but when they need you.
And it's interesting you say that. Again, and you've heard it over a million times about Coach Osborne. He's that kind of guy.
That's the difference, isn't it?
You'll reach out to him, and he will do whatever he can for you. Even to this day. I mean, early on when I would reach out, the first thing he would ask me was, hey, you're not dodging any bullets lately. Because I got shot, of course. But that was the first question. In a jokingly way. Hey, you're not dodging any bullets lately. But I knew where he was coming from. Then his first thing he would say after that is, how's your family?
Look, man, that's a constant that I hear about Coach Osborne.
So me knowing, and I don't know Kirby Smart personally, but me seeing the way he moves and shakes, I'm willing to bet you he has reached out to that kid and told that kid that, hey, if you need anything, the University of Georgia has you.
And there's a conversation going on as necessary. We'll toward the break here. Second hour of Old School for Buffalo Wings and Rings coming up. Don't go anywhere. For the folks in the room, we're about to give away more prizes. And again, we're going to be here until 6 o'clock. So don't go anywhere. DP with the coach, Kenny Wilhite, here at Buffalo Wings and Rings.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA Tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Max 10 for men. Bye-bye golfer lines and t-shirt 10s. Take it to the max at Max 10. Get a 30-day pass, just $25 with stand-ups and laydowns for men of stature. Be a Max 10 man. Get 30 days for just $25 now at all 4 Lincoln Max 10 locations.
Craft Axe Throwing is celebrating 5 years in Lincoln, and you won't want to miss out on the fun. Right now through Thursday, March 16th, get $5 off multi-blade rentals like Ninja Stars and throwing cards, a free drink up to $5 value, plus a koozie with any booking, and a chance to win $5,000 just for stopping by. Plus, they're donating $500 to 24 different charities and offering discounts on merchandise and more. It's the 5-year anniversary for Craft Axe Throwing at 18th and N.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone again, and with me on the line, Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know how proud you and everyone at the dealership are to earn the prestigious Honda President's Award year after year, 17 times. Tell our listeners what it means to you and your customers.
Thanks, Charlie. Yes, all of us are extremely proud to have earned this award, and I want all of our customers to know it's not just earned by one person's efforts. It's the entire dealership. Sales, parts, and our amazing service department.
17 times. Wow. How does that compare to other Honda dealers?
This award is only given to the most elite dealerships that demonstrate excellence. We really do strive to go above and beyond for the ultimate customer experience before and after the sale, Charlie.
That's why for 2022, Honda of Lincoln is once again Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer. Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA Tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task, that's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass, it was tipped, it's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5, he'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hour number 2 here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We are live at Buffalo Wings and Rings, 68th and O Street. We'll be here for another hour or so. And then for you late nighters, you folks just getting off work, you can come down, hang out, watch some ball games tonight. No reason to go anywhere else. You can catch every game that's being played tonight here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. Good food, good drink. Come on down. Great staff. They're hustling today. They're getting the work in. Come on down. If you can't make it today, come down tomorrow. We will be here tomorrow at 10. Tomorrow at 10. We'll be down here till 6 o'clock again tomorrow. I know for a fact there's stuff going on, but you know what? We're going to be here hanging out with you. It's already, the madness has already taken over. So 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, reach out to us. Hit us with a what's up, fist bump if you're in the building, all good stuff. Say what's up, and then we'll include you in the conversation. Greatly appreciate how you're doing that. Starter Heyman live video stream is up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Live. You can see what's going on down here. You can see my co-host, my co-pilot here, Chris Raff, has joined us and strapped on the headsets. He's ready. It's game time. He knows how to buckle up, man. Appreciate you, brother.
You betcha. Anytime I can sit with DP, it's always a pleasure.
It's always, look, the listeners have to be very fortunate because we could go off in any tangent, in any direction. This could end up being 30 minutes of pro wrestling talk if it's me and Chris Raff sitting together. Who knows where this conversation is going to end?
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. And I have to admit, today I'm actually proud because I had the effort to try to find Adidas, red Husker Adidas in size 16. In size 16 for Chris Raff. Chris Raff, was I successful or no?
One thing that I've realized with you, if you put your mind to it, it's happening. One way or the other, it's happening.
Find a way.
I have no doubt when it comes to DP. When DP says he's going to do something, it's happening.
Find a way, find a way. I do want to use that as a tease. If you are a fan of 93.7 The Ticket, if you are a Husker fan, if you are a sports fan, and you're here in Lincoln or in Nebraska or anywhere else in the country and you just follow us via Twitter, Facebook, or other, that you might want to hang out the Ticket early break Monday morning because we're going to have some breaking news on Monday at 6 o'clock.
In the morning.
And if you're a Husker fan, you're going to want to know what's happening. And then on Tuesday morning, we'll have more breaking news. More big. Did I say big? Big news on Tuesday. And then, just because of how much we love you guys, we have more news on Wednesday. Huge news for sports fans. Wednesday morning. And if that's not enough, next Thursday, we will have more big honking news, man. This is it's 4 days of big breaking news that will take place on 93.7 The Ticket. Just put it in. Subscribe. If you're not getting the notifications, do yourself a favor. All right? Go to YouTube, go to Facebook, go to Twitter, follow on Twitter, follow and like on Facebook, ask for it, go to YouTube, click the like button so you get the subscription so it'll tell you, hey, there's breaking news happening from 93.7 The Ticket. And I'm just telling you, don't be the dude, don't be the lady that finds out in the afternoon what we let out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning, and they're all different stories.
Yeah.
They're all different stories, but it's all, I'm super excited. I'm proud for what's coming. Great stuff. Man, great stuff. Great. From the text line, Angry Rams guy, this is simple, right? That even with March Madness, there are other Husker sports going on. Now, baseball canceled because of the weather. Smart move. No matter what it was. I know that softball moved up and moved its schedule around.
I saw today, though, it's the anniversary of the Nebraska baseball team. Back in 1999 on this date, they scored 50 runs, NCAA record.
So we missed time. This was a 50-run day.
It had to
Yeah,
been.
this was a 51-run day.
Break the record.
We messed up. But Mark Manning and this wrestling team took 8 wrestlers to the NCAA tournament that began this morning. And shout out to Mark Manning. This is a top 5 program in the country.
Yes.
We don't talk about it enough because folks will follow. We'll drive the conversation. What Mark Manning does at this station, for this station, the access that he provides, the intel that he provides. Look, we're fans of Mark Manning. Mikey Labriola is one of my favorite athletes on campus. It's exceptional. What they did today was to go through and go 7-1 in their first round. 7-1. And I mean, not everybody was the higher seed.
Yeah.
So to go into the second round of this tournament and put Nebraska at the top where those points matter, several major wins, those additional points that go into this thing show up later. Now, yes, you're chasing some giants. You're chasing Penn State.
Yep.
You're chasing and battling Iowa. Look, we understand what's required for Nebraska to finish in the top 3 or top 4, but you cannot be surprised. And so jump on Fox FS1, Big Ten Network, follow the Huskers wrestling team this weekend. It should be exceptional. As well, Heather Brink and the gymnasts are just having a time, and I'm not sure Husker fans know.
They're warming up. They're warming up. Keep your eyes on Nebraska gymnastics. What did they say? I got a text this morning from a big Nebraska gymnastics fan, and he said that it was 49 hours this morning, so we've had a few hours here. So we're going down to about 40 hours until the Big Ten championships, and you can watch that on Big Ten Network. So catch that. It's like
What time is that?
I believe it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. I think they're in the early session, I believe.
Okay.
And there'll be Big Ten Network, and I believe that's on Saturday, I believe, is when that is. But you gotta watch Emma Spence. I mean, she went 49.65 on Saturday night here at Devaney. He went 197.325. Which
so the website says Saturday, 11 a.m.
Yep. So they're the early session, 11 a.m. Yeah. So they've. I'll tell you what, gymnastics have been around it for almost 30 years, and it's not what you do at the beginning of the year; it's how you build up towards the end of the year. And I just like the way that Coach Brink has his team forming into shape here, going towards the end of the year. Where they're sitting now, they should get a regionals bid. So. It's going to be a big weekend for Nebraska gymnastics.
Are we giving enough credit to both the men's and women's gymnastics?
One of the things I've always said, probably have not got the credit through the years. I mean, you had two-time Olympic coach Francis Allen here that was here for several years, and now you got Chuck Chmelka that's leading the men. He's got them, right up there in the upper echelon of gymnastics. Coach Brink, same way. She's, they were
Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Like easily said as an athlete, as a performer, and as a coach, somebody that's again changing where the program's located.
Yep. And one of the only 2 gymnasts that ever won a national championship for Nebraska in the all-around. So that's top, the creme de la creme of gymnastics. So she's got that program going with the facilities they got and with the gymnasts they have in, and then she's also got a great coaching staff. She's got Brian Amato. She's got Alexei Kodakov, and then she's got a volunteer coach, Marissa King, who she was an Olympian for Great Britain. So she's definitely got the staff right now. And, so I look forward to seeing how this year completes and then, what they got, coming in for next year. Should be exciting.
What if I told you that track had the Big Ten Performer of the Year?
I'd believe it.
We don't even talk about it. Jonah Wilson is the Big Ten Performer of the Year. Look, you're talking about things that are happening on campus in the athletic department that are being missed.
Yeah.
I mean, All-Americans up and down the roster, right? Legitimate number 2, number 3 ranked performers in the country.
Yeah.
Here at the University of Nebraska and because they're not in the highlight, we miss it. Well, I wanted to take a moment and just to be able to go through and say, listen, some of the good stuff that's in play, we get fed the negative stuff. We get fed the car wrecks. We get fed the accidents. We get fed those things.
Yep.
But there's so much good stuff going on that you get lost in the negative. And I wanted to take a second and just go, listen, if you're a Husker fan, take some time, go on the social media the same way you do for football and basketball. Jump on those social media accounts and give a little love because there's some really cool stuff going on.
And I always give credit to you too, DP, that you always give AD and I, pretty much free reign. You say, hey, you find your guests, you bring them in, you've let us highlight, Nebraska gymnastics. Heck, we had Miss Capital City, Nebraska in the studio.
Right.
We're spreading that good word, and that to me, that's the most, like, the best thing about, I say work very lightly, but to be at 93.7, that we're spreading good, and that it feels good. You never hear negative, and that's refreshing to hear. And it's funny is, like, the more and more that we're around, we meet more people out in the community, and the first thing they come up and say is, it's just refreshing to hear good stuff. And we make points, we have our opinions, we talk about that, but never it's always in a positive way. And I think people, they like to hear that.
I mean, you can tell the truth.
Yeah.
As long as the intent is, because you're talking about people, programs, and community that people love. So you've got to be respectful in how you talk about it.
Yeah.
And the other side of it is you can say, I want better for my child.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not you being critical of your child. That's you loving your child and saying, listen, I want better for you.
Exactly.
And here's how you think you can get there. Now, I'll ask people all the time, be creative and be functional in what you ask for.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're asking for better for the football team, yes, say it. But remember that we're talking about young people versus talking about the adults.
Yep.
And the adults are paid professionals. Look, even I can't really be critical of somebody who does what I'm talking about better than I do.
Yep.
So the coaches who've earned the right to run the elite program at the University of Nebraska, I'm being respectful because they're doing it. They're the top 1%. Yep. They've earned the right to do it. The question becomes, are you honoring what you say you're going to do?
Yep.
And that's a man, professional, man to woman, man to man. Just be the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
And if you're doing that, you get all the support you can stand.
Yep.
And as a matter of fact, even if you're not doing that, you can get a ton of
support.
Like, you can get a ton of support here.
I always tell everybody, I'm like, if you think NIL is good at Nebraska right now, you put together a 1-loss season or 2-loss season, undefeated season, NIL goes to a whole different level.
Here's the breaking news. Arizona, with 3 seconds left, is losing by 3 to Princeton.
Oh boy!
And I told Kenny Wilhite 2 hours ago that if you're not paying attention to what happens when teams face Princeton, because they get taken out of all of the things that you do comfortably. Princeton is this. Look, you're talking about people who work from high intelligence and they're efficient and productive. Quite simply, standing at the free throw line, Princeton has a chance to extend the lead to 2 possessions with three seconds left.
Oh, this is wild.
And the first free throw, he back rimmed it. Oh! It went down.
My.
It went down. It hit the back of the rim, bounced straight up, and went down. Yeah. Princeton leads number 2 Arizona by 4 with 3 seconds left. I know I'm not supposed to be doing play-by-play, but guess what? They can write the owner of the station and complain that your radio host was doing play-by-play. But guess what? We're partners with Westwood One, so we're only helping out. We're only a second free throw away. Back rimmed it. Doesn't really hurt him because Arizona will just dribble it out.
That'll do it.
Princeton, number 15 Princeton has knocked off number 2 Arizona.
Wow.
And jokingly on social media, I have this thing called the season-ending bracket-busting zombies, where these teams and programs get bitten by these season-ending bracket-breaking zombies. Well, Princeton is wearing the face and the fangs of bracket-busting, season-ending zombies, and they've knocked off number 2. Throw your bracket away. It is useless now. It has no. There's a part of the. Listen, this is the madness and the sadness that is March Madness. How about that? Princeton once again. Look, I was around long enough to watch Princeton scare Georgetown to no win. And then to do this against UVA, and then to what? It's a style of play
Yep.
where if you're not disciplined, you fall into the trap of doing things becoming too much of a dribble team.
Yep.
Across the zone, the face of the zone passing team. You try to get out and transition too early and you don't convert. This is what happens against Ivy League teams.
That's wild.
They're not going to play above the rim. That's not how they recruit or what they're doing. They're simply doing it.
There we go.
Boy, we have some folks here who picked Princeton. Look, to say what it was, right? You say what it was, but that's another one. Currently live, number 8 Arkansas is up 55-46 over number 9 Illinois. And circle that because, listen, thank goodness Maryland stepped up and found a way against West Virginia.
Yeah.
But my goodness gracious, the Big Ten Conference does not want to spend its Thursday and Friday explaining why they can't win games against other people in March.
True that.
Like Illinois, thanks Illinois, you're going to make this a miserable 2 days. And the rest of the Big Ten sits on notice. Like, get your thing together. Raph, we're here with Chris Raff. And again, I have to say this to you because I've always said that the universe brings me good people. It brings me the right people, right situation. And just jokingly, when we took over the station, somebody suggested that I go through recruiting companies to find hosts. And I said, what I would rather do is trust the universe to bring me people, good people. If you're being a good person, that the universe will bring you good people to do the good things with you. And I remember shooting the email out, the direct message, and I'm like, you know what? I think you two may be the two. And I saw the look on your face when you came into the office. It's like, there's no way DB's going to let me do this.
I was thinking maybe he'll give us an hour, maybe half an hour, something, maybe like 3 o'clock in the morning. Right.
We're just going to do this thing, right? And then I said, okay, so take a weeknight and show me what you got. And then what I noticed was this. You loved doing this.
Oh, yeah.
You love doing this. And I have very few rules. One, be a good person, love what you do, and show up.
Yep.
Like, I don't need much else. And here come you and AD, and I'm like, you know what? I found my people.
Yeah.
I found my people. And it's been good to watch you grow in it and start to sell. You start to expand yourself in it. And then now your message is starting to get out because folks are tracking what you're doing physically, what you're doing with yourself.
Yeah.
They're tracking what you do socially. They're tracking how you think, and they track what you love.
But the thing, too, it goes back to you also, like, for me, this was something a lot of people talked about for a long time. They're like, Raph, you got to get into some sort of, like, radio broadcasting, something with your knowledge and where have you been, what you've seen. But even more importantly, too, was, like, it came at a time, like, for AD where he was going through a rough period of his life. He had just lost his dad and stuff like that. And he'll tell you to this day that having this show, it puts a smile on our face. Like, we wake up every day, like I go back to, again, calling it work. I mean, the best part of my day is from 8 to 10 every morning. I mean, I love it. It's great. And then getting to meet people, like I met a few people out here today that just came and said, Ralph, we really love your guys' show and what you're doing. And it's like, I am one of those people, it means the world to me. I will thank you. I will, it's awesome. I enjoy it. And I thank you all the time for, giving us this opportunity to be on every morning. And, we cherish it. And, we do everything, to, make, 93.7, a powerhouse. And that's my goal because
we're number one. And I don't care what anybody else does or thinks.
Yeah.
Because we have the right people and good people keep showing up.
Yep.
And I say this, you love what you do.
Yeah.
You love doing this. And that's a big deal.
Yeah.
For you to be able to have people who will take your name and be respectful of it and show up. You love Husker fans, right?
Oh, yeah.
You love sports. You understand why they are the way they are. You work along with it. And I tell people, everybody wants to do this, but not everybody's capable of loving it the right way.
Correct.
Like, that's a big deal, is that you show up. Like, I don't have to track you all down.
No.
I don't have to worry about you being prepared. I don't worry about what you're going to do with the microphone. I don't worry about it.
Well, we're the ones too. Me and AD, we're the type too. Like, we have our other jobs, of course.
Yeah.
But I'll be in like North Platte, Sydney. I'm like, let's go. I'm zooming in. AD's down in Jamaica. He's in Chicago.
He's on the beach, and he's sitting on the balcony at a beach in Jamaica.
Yeah,
I got to do this.
If there's any way we can find a way to be on, we're definitely there. That's like, and it's like, we thank the listeners all the time for listening to us, but man, it's just one of those things. Like, you start seeing people, or the listeners, when they come up to you and they say, what their name is on the text line, and you get to meet them. That's, for me, that's awesome. I love it.
That's the best part. I mean, I went to the women's game last night and had several listeners come up throughout the course of the day, through the course of the game, come up and hang out. Big Brian T, security down there. He hung out most of the game. And we share stories. We talked very little about sports. We just talked about life and what's going on.
Yep.
And I don't call 93.7 The Ticket listeners. I call them family.
Yep.
Because we spend a ton of time together. And I want to know who they are. Like, we have some idea who they are through how they text and how they communicate.
Yep.
But we also want to share that. And when you make a statement on the text line, it is a statement of you. So I tell people all the time, be careful about what you say on the text line, because I may believe you.
Yeah.
Right? And if you tell me that you're a jerk, I'm going to believe you.
Yeah.
But 90% of the people on the text line text in to add to the show, add to the conversation, correct us without being problematic about it.
Oh, yeah.
And then to share what they love and how they love it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the best things about this job and about this company and about how we do business. We'll throw the break here. Chris Raff and I will come back to Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll be here for another half hour or so. If you're free, come on through. Give us a fist bump and a hug. You know what? I think Raff will allow you to buy your beer. How about that? We'll be right back. We'll be right back to Buffalo Wings and Rings.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical, and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginnings in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com. March is a month of good luck. From epic runs in state basketball to watching Cinderella spring the upset in college basketball. And of course, St. Patrick's Day. Luck is on your side at Mullen Motors too, because their lot is full of great vehicles to take home. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Your luck starts this month at Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
It's good looking. It's a good looking team. Yeah, they're good looking. Capel. Is it Capel? Capel. Jeff. Capel. Capel's a comedian. That's Chappelle. Chappelle. Same thing. Okay, so now we got Dave Chappelle. Dave Capel. Jeff Capel. I've never heard of Capel, the comedian. What is wrong with you? Leave, right. We went, in a matter of seconds, we went Jeff Capel to Dave is a comedian.
The early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
It seems like just the other day, I was building my first house. I've seen many changes to our building market in Lincoln. It's been a fun road.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we hear this a lot where I don't want to live in a cookie cutter home. Well, let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. One thing that we started doing early on was we started building neighborhoods. I'm a firm believer in character in your street and in your neighborhood. I like choice. I like variation. I like maybe something a little bit different in a neighborhood that you don't see in every neighborhood. I think it's great to have choices, its uniqueness, and I think that's what gives a neighborhood character. And I think that's what we've done over the years.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA Tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. We're live with Buffalo Wings and Rings 68th and O. We'll be here for another half hour or so, and then we'll take you right up to Westwood One coverage of March Madness. The 6 o'clock set of games. 5:50 is number 9 Auburn versus number Iowa. They are down in Birmingham, so expect a pro-Auburn crowd in that building, although Iowa travels well. 6:10 tip-off. Oral Roberts 30-4. Take on number 5, 26-8 Duke. That game is in Orlando, so I would expect that teams will travel well, but it will be an interesting thing in place. In Des Moines, Iowa, 26-8 Colgate will take on 26-8 Texas. Texas a 13-point favorite in that one. And then at 6:35, number 10 Boise State, 24-9. Playing in Sacramento against number 7 Northwestern, who comes in at 21-11. The nightcap games in order. Number 1 Houston takes on number 16 Northern Kentucky. That game is in Birmingham, Alabama. And at Amway Center in Orlando, Tennessee, number 4 seed against number 13 Louisiana. in Des Moines. Penn State, number 10 versus number 7 Texas A&M. And then final game of the night, Sacramento, California. Number 2 UCLA versus number 15 UNC Asheville. It should be a doozy. More news as we were talking about the women's gymnastics team. The news that should keep you in place. They're in Iowa City. They will compete in session 1 Saturday, which is to begin at 11 a.m. live television on the Big Ten Network. Number 25 Iowa, number 2 Michigan, number 9 Michigan State, and number 15 will participate in the early session with Nebraska. Number 24 Illinois, number 22 Maryland, number 20 Minnesota, Penn State, and Rutgers. So just like wrestling, just like basketball, there's a whole lot of ranked teams sitting in the Big Ten in the middle of it, and the Huskers will have their hands full, but all in good space. You mentioned the best athlete. Look, this is a talented roster, but Emma Spence is special and unique.
Yep, she's super good, super talented. She was on the Canadian team this summer. I forgot what it was, the Pan Am Games, and she was very successful there. That's actually right. I thought there was a big season in store for her, because if you go out on that stage, you perform well, you come back to college, you got that under your belt, and she's had a really great year. And there's been so many girls that have stepped up. I don't know if you've had a chance to get out to the fans listen. I know you've been there, DP, but Clara Colombo, her bars routine it's one of the best in the nation. It's insane. I think it was Kinsey Davis on Saturday night. Should have had a 10. I think she had a
9975.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. There must have been the Russian judge there, because that was a 10 on Saturday night. You can play that all over the country, down in Florida, Kentucky, wherever. That's a 10.
And she stalked that. She stalked this. She said that's what she aspired to.
Yeah, that routine was flawless. And I know that Coach Amato posted a video, and he said that he is biased, but I didn't see any deductions.
That's a 10. And in the space that we're talking about, along with Heather Brink, similar to Scott Frost and the Frost family, the Davis family, that's a regal family when it comes to Nebraska gymnastics. Hall of Famers all over the family.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So mom and dad are both all Husker, all everything. And the young lady who, not a bad singer as well.
Yeah,
but doing her thing, right? Update with 1:44 left. Arkansas is now only up by 5. It's a 62-57 ball game with 1:44 left. So there may be some more magic and some more going on.
Oh, I think the tone has been set early. There's going to be some upsets this year.
Yeah, that's good. I think the rest of Thursday will be interesting. Chris, we are days away from spring practice.
Oh, yeah. I like spring practice.
Oh, my goodness. And so they've set the table that there will be morning media Monday through Thursday, which means I'll get no sleep next week because I have to be down at the stadium at 7:30 every morning.
That's dedication right there, everybody.
To be down there where before the sun comes up, before it gets real crispy. It'll be breezy and windy and slightly miserable, but we'll get to give you whatever stories we can give you. What are you looking for out of spring practice? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a particular player to step up? Are you looking to find out what scheme they're running? The quarterback and you will look at the offense and see how things are moving. What are you looking for?
What am I looking for? I guess it's weird, but I'm kind of looking for the day after the spring game just to see what happens with the roster. I would assume that after the spring game, players are going to see, where they sit in the pecking order, how going into fall ball. Are there going to be players that are going to be like, all right, I'm going to stick it out, fight through it where I'm at right now? Are there going to be some players that are going to be like, this isn't where I want to be at, so am I going to transfer out, go into the transfer portal? So it'll be interesting to see that. One of the first things that I've seen for me is that they're showing it, like they're having media down 2 practices. I know that in the past, kind of been on lockdown a little bit, haven't been able to, to get to see some things. So I like that they're being, open, but I can't think of the word I want to say, but not accountable, but they're
well, transparency makes
transparent. There you go.
Makes it all easier. Like, because then, look, if I don't have to hide how I'm doing business, then I'm doing good business.
Yeah.
Like I've always said that. Like I, as a high school coach, and again, it compares in no way, shape, or form other than it's football and it's coaching. But I invited parents to practice in every high school that I've coached at across the country.
Yeah.
Because I was proud of what I was doing.
Yeah.
I was proud of what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like it was trying. Look, if you wanted to turn a phone on and record me at practice and then played it back in front of parents, in front of the administration, I was proud of it.
Yeah.
I had nothing to hide. I wanted them to know. I wanted them to see their players. I wanted them to see their sons. Look, if you want to ask me why Johnny isn't playing, there's an answer. And if you have an open invitation to practice, to come in and see the things that we practice and what Johnny actually does in games, that would explain it. So I love the fact that they're being more transparent.
Yep.
I hope that is a trend that expands throughout the program. Right? Look, we can dare hope. And I know that it's a ton of media and it's a big distraction.
Yeah.
But I think how they're handling it can work.
Yeah, and like definitely in the spring, being transparent, being open, like opening up practices to let the media watch. I just don't think it hurts anything in the spring. I know sometimes it's like, well, we don't want to let the other team know the schemes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's football. It's kind of like the past years, it's kind of frustrated me. It was like there was a time in Nebraska football, we're going to tell you what we're running, and that's what's going to happen. And then we got to a point where we were always like, well, we don't want anyone to see, what we're going to do. And it would frustrate me. I want that confidence. It's like, hey, you know what's happening and what's coming at you, and we're going to beat you because we're a better football team.
Like, that's really simple business, right? One, I don't need to hide it. Look, they could say to the media, you know what? Drop off your cell phones so that you don't record anything.
Yeah.
But then go in and trust your eyes, and then go and report what you saw, what you think you saw.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but 70% of the media couldn't draw up counter trey.
No.
Couldn't draw up 3, 5, 6 level responsibilities.
Exactly.
They couldn't. So if you're watching it, you can say what you see. You can tell me about how a player moves.
Yeah.
You can tell me about size, conditioning, drills in order, and that sort of thing. But you're not going to transcribe tendency.
No.
It's not going to be that. But it's also better for the fans. It's better for the university because you have accountability.
Yeah.
And you can keep track of it.
Well, just think the first time you report that it was a physical practice, all of Nebraska is going to rejoice.
Why would you not want people to know the good things you're doing?
Yeah.
Like Urban Meyer wanted to know he kept track of who came to practice, because then if he made a decision that at post-game press conferences and at practices, he would talk to people who attended the most. So if you're willing to concede that time, then he was going to give you credit. But if you weren't coming to practice and then would ask a question, he would say, well, why don't you come to practice? You'll find out.
Yeah.
And it solved a whole lot. And it made the conversations from those people about the things that they were knowledgeable about.
Yep.
Right? So if I'm watching 335, look, if truth be told, like if I'm there and Jay Foreman's there, I'm shutting up and I'm going to listen to Jay Foreman
all the time.
But that should be the way things are, instead of the person that's paid and pushed to push a narrative, and then for them to whisper, hey, go tell everybody this guy's really good. And then everybody gets all in a row about, well, you told me this guy was good. Well, it's a guy that doesn't know football that told you the guy was good, and that's your fault for listening to him.
Nope, I agree. Yeah,
like that's your fault. Like, you've been in the huddle. You've been on teams. You've been in film study. You've been on like, you understand what's required. And that's what I want people to be able to hear. And the university could say, come watch.
Yeah.
Put your phones away. Check in. Right? We'll give you credit for checking in.
Yep.
Those that show up the most get the best seats at press row. Like, that would solve a whole lot of the stuff that goes on. But that's me dreaming that folks would do better.
But, like, the state of Nebraska, at the end of the day, it's football. It's a football-driven state. And I think the fans deserve, the best reporting out there. I think, like, like I always say that for 93.7, having Jay Foreman as an analyst is probably one of the most amazing things. Like, I might come off as a little bit of a football snob, but I feel like I know a lot about football. But he's the one guy, when I listen to him, the way he communicates it, it's amazing. Like, I still think that football coaching in college is in his future, just because the way he communicates the game of football,
He should be a coach right now.
Oh, it's unreal.
Like, folks know I do Locked On Huskers. And literally today's episode was the fact that you have so many talented, fully vested Husker former athletes who can help this program be what it aspires to be. And you're not going to tell me that you're trying to do everything you can do for this Husker program to be what it should be if you're not including Husker legends who are just fantastic in their breakdown. You don't have to put them on this staff as assistants, but at least have them as consultants and analysts. Yeah. Right? I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, and like Jay, for instance, I see him, and I look at just the knowledge he has, but just the way he communicates it. And it's not just basketball. His basketball IQ and the way he communicates it, it's wild. I'm always impressed when I listen to him talk X's and O's, just because it's just the way he communicates it, and it's so impressive.
And he puts the work in. He actually puts the work in. We'll put a pin there. We'll come back. Final segment from Buffalo Wings and Rings. Again, 68-0. It's been an incredible day. Folks are tuning up. A lot of folks we're getting the second wave of folks who are going to come in and watch ball games tonight. Again, if you're just in your car or on the app, you'll be able to follow what's going on in the tournament here live with live games on 93.7 The Ticket, courtesy of the folks from Westwood One. We'll be right back.
To coverage of the NCAA tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-Week Challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate. Chances are you've tried fruitcake before. Chances are it looked pretty weird. Lots of colors that don't really exist in nature. Chances are it tasted weird. Chances are you need to try fruitcake again. Grandma's fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. None of that weird stuff you didn't like, just real fruit, premium nuts, and the delicious flavor combination of brandy, bourbon, and rum to meld all that together. See for yourself. Grandma's Fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great. We're definitely coming back in the future.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day. We encourage those who go out to make smart decisions behind the wheel or plan accordingly to have someone lined up for a safe ride home. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Rain eventually changing over and mixing with snow by late in the morning into this afternoon, as temps will eventually fall into the mid-30s. North winds could gust over 40 at times. Overnight, partly cloudy with a low of around 23. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, still breezy with a high of 40. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to coverage of the NCAA Tournament live from Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J.
They are underway. Iowa and Auburn, and we will get you to Westwood One action here immediately following this short segment. Jake Sorensen, want to thank him for setting all this up and getting us through it. For you folks back in studio who have manned the boards and kept us on time and in place, greatly appreciate it. For the staff and crew here at Buffalo Wings and Rings, we want to thank them for what they've done. They've been exceptional today. It is a schedule full of games here on 93.7 The Ticket tonight. You won't have to change your dial or do anything. We got you covered throughout the course of the night. And then we will lock up and load up and do this again tomorrow, 10 a.m. The doors open at 10:30, but we will be here at 10 on air. Rashawn and the Black Shirt Farley will be here. And we will carry you through today. More prizes tomorrow. We'll have them locked and loaded for you. Make your plans, get down, wear your green, come on down, hang out with us here at Buffalo Wings and Rings. To the entire crew, entire staff of The Ticket who came down, hung out, pressed palms, backslapped, and had a good time. Y'all are appreciated. Chris Raff, thank you for what you do. Harrison, back there at the station, Mark Onweiler, Bach, the whole crew. To each and every one of you, to the staff of 93.7 The Ticket on the busiest day ever, spread out all over the place, but doing your thing, bringing sports talk to the folks of Lincoln better than anybody else can. Look, be kind to each other today. And while you're at it, do not forget, be kind to yourself. Enjoy your madness. We'll be back at it tomorrow, but there's going to be live hoops on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.